Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sara Starby and I am gonna do a little check upon what's going on in the cosmos when we're entering the new year. As some of you might know, the actual RAVE New Year, meaning the human mutational journey New Year, doesn't start until the 22nd of January, and I will do a separate video about that. But today we're going to focus on the Gregorian New Year, or how to say it. The thing is, for you who know and for you who don't know, human design is following the I Ching when it comes to looking at the transits and how the planets influence us depending on what through what gate they are transitioning in, and also the sun is changing a new gate every 5th to 6th day. And this is 70% of the neutrino stream. And the neutrino stream is this energy field that is always filtering us. And we're going to look at where the sun is. I'm also going to have a little look about where the moon is, because I think that's where we can really take advantage of, or not take advantage of, that sounds weird, but that we can seeing how it can helping us just stepping into numerology wise a year 7. As some of you might know, 2022 is a year 6, 2 + 2 + 2, 6, and then now we have 2 + 2 + 3 is a 7. So excuse me, we are entering a year 7 numerology wise, and I'm not going to talk too much about that. You can do your own research about that. But a year 6, usually what goes in there is relationships. But I like what I've seen is really a lesson in discernment and having the lessons in what is the balance within you when it comes to love, but also partnership, but also just energy and how energy works. So really a lesson in yin and yang, and a year 7 is kind of the integrational phase when it comes to what you learned in that phase. And whether or not you paid attention to it or not, something might have happened to you or not. You might have had whatever story that has played out in your life, there's a theme there. And that's what we're looking at when we're looking at numerology. And now we're going to go into human design. Welcome. I'm going to say, okay, so I was going to show you, this is a mandala rave year. And the mandala rave year starts in the gate 41, which is happening on the 22nd of January. So we'll talk more about that future-wise. But how you can use this shift into the Gregorian New Year is that the upcoming weeks you can look at what are the gates that we are moving in, because the thing is, some of you might know and some of you might know that the mandala year, this year, Rave mandala year, is divided into different quarters. And right now we're in the quarter of mutation. Before we're entering the new phase, the new cycle phase initiation, which is happening, I think, around beginning of February, I think. We'll look at that. But right now we're going to focus on the new year and see what and how this is affecting us. And I'm going to share my screen so you can see. Obviously, everything is going to affect you really differently. Like, you want to look at your own chart, how it will affect you. So, and if you don't know how to do that, you can book a reading. We can look at it together. More interesting wise would perhaps be to look into, well, you decide, but I mean, coming into what the actual new year will bring. But what I'm going to talk about now is how we can use these 3 weeks coming up to the new actual human or the RAVE new year, what you can look at to help you transition this phase. Let's see. Okay. So we are right now shifting from gate 58. We're gonna go into gate 38. So gate 58 is here in the root center, and it's the gate of the joyous, meaning this is where our power, our the energy of vitality, the Kundalini force is here. There's a lot of things you can, these are just some keywords, and then you can unpack this gate in like a whole, you know, to a whole life. But this is what we're talking about. So the gate 58 is pointing towards the spleen center. The spleen center is about survival. It's about health and wealth. So the gate 58 is teaching us about what brings me joy, what brings me life, what brings me the joy of living. So this is the phase that we've just been in, whether you've been aware of it or not. This is what the neutrino stream, the energy from the sun, has been feeding us with the past couple of the past 6 days. We are now transitioning into the gate 38. This is happening, this is where the sun will be, where we're entering the new year. And this is the gate of the fighter. Okay, so the gate of the fighter. So we've learned what brings us joy or not. And then we're going to gate 38. What does really have meaning for me? What do I really want to fight for? What brings meaning to this life? This is what we're figuring out right now. And we're in a line 1, so it's very internal. And this, remember, this is a day when we come together, a lot of people to celebrate this together. But the mutual feeling everybody will have is this is an internal day. This is a day where you want to really come to yourself and figure out, what do I want to fight for? What is meaningful? And because we're in an end of a cycle, we're in a mutation phase. This is what's needed before you can enter in. You want to know what you want to bring into what you're seeding, what you're put it into the soil when the 41st gate arrives on the 22nd of January, because the 41st gate is the gate, it's the start codon to something new. So, and it's the only start codon for us. So we want to look at, okay, what brought us joy? And now we're stepping into, what do we want to fight for? What brings me meaning? And as I said before, if you have any of these gates in your design already, you want to look at what area does that mean to you, because this will influence you. And if you don't have these gates activated already within your charts, it's going to impact you in, there's something you can learn here. You can ride the wave of the neutrino stream. You don't become a victim of it. You know it for what it is. And that's how you work with it. You look at it in an objective lens. Okay, so that's what's going to happen now, the fighter. And then we are going to go into the Marian Maiden. It's the 58, that's what it's called. But this one is really about ambition. So it's a very ambitious gate. This is where you want to look into, okay, you've now learned what brings me joy, what do I want to fight for, and how ambitious do I want to be about this? These are all pressured gates. These are all located in the root center. Oh, that was not the root center. What do I want to strive for? And looking back, we're now still in a, like, you want to look in retrospect, like, okay, so the year that's been, the cycle that's been, what did I learn about that? So you still, the upcoming 3 weeks, you still want to look back and see how you want to, what you want to shift, what you want to keep, what you want to get rid of. And remember, this is not in a, you can't put yourself in a box. This is just an aware state that you bring into your own flow, wherever you are in your own flow. It's not about that you could, well, it's an active choice, but this is really leading up to, and I'm going to show you. So going through these ones, we're going into then the gate 61, the gate of inner truth. So that's, if you're aware of this, but that's what you're coming up to, going into what you want to strive for, what you want to fight for, but what is your inner truth? What's true for you? And again, as I said, it's not about putting yourself into a box. This is you actually going inward, and you will have your, you know, or we're all passengers, we're all each other's friends on the journey, but your truth, not the projections. Here you really want to zoom out from the projection field, from the whatever lenses that are there, but what you want to tap into your own. Okay, very important, because the next phase we're going into on the 17th of January, before we're entering the actual new year, the new cyclical new year, we are going into gate 60, and gate 60 is the gate of limitation. And this one is about knowing your own limitation. This is not like, I am the first one to say that we are fucking limitless, okay? But this is about looking at your limitations right now, getting clear on that. And if you're not clear, that's fine. You can get clear, but it's a, you know, it's a subtle energy about knowing, okay, this is about getting real. And it's not about getting real in a boring way. It's getting real about you and your inner truth, what you know to be truth about yourself. It's a way of collecting yourself, gathering all of you, and be aware of, where am I standing, entering the new start code on the new cycle. Where am I? What do I bring with me? Is there anything I can let go of? Or does that have to, I'm saying have to, but is that entering with me? So this is the next upcoming 3 weeks. We are journeying in before the cycle starts. But yes, we do entering a new year today. We are leaving 2022, going into 2023. I want to, I was hoping, I don't know if I will do this in English or Swedish, but please let me know if you're interested to journey with me. I am not 100% sure what this will look like yet, but to really go on an adventure together, this upcoming cycle, it's not going to start in the 41st gate, because I want that phase to really go. I'm not sure yet when that we will do that, but we will really journey together through a whole year and really learn about ourselves and share about ourselves, and share, you're not obviously not forced to share, but that we can learn from each other and know and understand, because it's in the sharing we know and understand how we are different, how these energies are affecting us differently depending on who we are, in this illusion that we are separated. Because you're not getting away from the fact that we are here separated from each other on this plane. Okay, so having said that, we're gonna go back to today, to the New Year's day of changing the numbers, 2022 to 2023. This is what's gonna influence us just the minute before we are transitioning into the new year. So we're gonna be in the gate of the fighter, accompanied by the gate of the provocateur. This is oppression. Am I saying that right? I don't know where I did. No, obstruction. But this is about provocation. This is about, as some of you might know, 2027, we are entering, really the theme is going to be awareness of spirit, and awareness of spirit is the spirit within you. And the 39 is a big player in that game, because the 39 is here to provoke you into your truth, into your true spirit to shine, or to whatever your true spirit is. That's the 39th gate. That's what the energy of the 39 is about. So these are the energies activated right now. And if you want to look at the nodes, this is like the whole scene where everything is playing out right now. And this is how you can be very observant and very objective in the way how you look at the world and how you look at whatever is going on right now. Obviously, you want to take in also your own personal chart and what that looks like, but you can know that this is what's going on cosmology wise right now, and you are getting affected by this. This is not something you can run and hide from. This is happening, but you can see it for what it is. And what I thought it was really interesting is that we do have the moon in a Taurus gate in the 27th gate, which is about nourishing, and it's here in the sacral energy. And for you guys to have gate 50 and maybe not have the spleen activated normally, you will have your spleen activated. That will be me, for example. I will have my spleen activated. So when the New Year's is happening tonight, or when the year shift, I'm gonna feel safe and secure, because this is a really beautiful, beautiful channel, the 5027. But what we can say about the 27 is the nourisher, and it's about how you can use the shift when the shift is happening, is that you can use, when I say that word, it feels like taking advantage of, but that's not how I mean. I mean, you can use that energy and flow with it to see, get clear on, like, how do you nourish yourself? Are you putting yourself first? It might be a help if you're actually having a New Year resolution. I would suggest that you, even if you do have a New Year resolution, that you don't start with that one until a few weeks' time, but you can definitely you can get insights about what does nourish you and what nourish the people around you with this gate getting activated. But it's really important that you don't get victimized. For example, let's say that, okay, I know that this is very, very mechanical right now, but let's say that, oh, I'll take this one because whatever. I'm thinking, oh, I know that apples are good for me, let's say, but I don't eat enough apples. I'm not gonna do myself wrong for not being able to bring more apples into my life just because the gate 27 came into my life and I got this insight. But the awareness and the insight might lead to me actually choosing whenever there's an apple, available in my life, to choose that instead of something else maybe that I would have gone for instead. I don't know, whatever the case might be for you, but I'm hoping you're getting the picture. It's never about trying to fit yourself into a structure. No, 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 no. It's only about becoming aware what's activated and how do you flow with it. And how do you also detach yourself from what's happening, if you know what I mean. Because that's probably the most important thing, actually, how to use the human design system, how to not get caught in the not self stories, as we would call them. Not self is everything that you're trying to be, which you are not. And the transits will definitely try to fool you into becoming something that you're not. So the moon here, the Taurus moon in gate 27, might, you can look at it as a help, or you can or you might become the victim of it. You don't want to, like, tonight sit and say, oh, I should have drank less alcohol this year, I should have worked out more. Oh my God, why didn't I do that or that? Okay, yeah, sure, the 27 can help you to really get clear on these things and see, oh my God, this is what I should have, all that, all of that. But then, okay, use the 27 to really be clear on, okay, so that was my life this year or whatever. But coming into the new year, and be aware of that the new year then doesn't start until the 27th, that could actually be beneficial of you. But you can use these upcoming 3 weeks to really get clear on what's going to be needed of you to go into the version that you want to be, that resonates with you. And also not putting expectations there. Expectations to a certain degree, but that's what I meant with the gate 60. The gate 60 can really help you get clear on, your limitations. And I'm not saying, like, I believe we're all freaking limitless, but there is a certain amount of limitation for you where you are right now. There's a certain you are in a certain situation. You're not gonna, it is what it is, but for you to transform into the version that you really want to be, and also not looking from the projection field, like not the projection from what other people want you to be, what society tells you to be, to what you really want to be, what you really want to be. So that's everything with this video, and I hope this was helpful. Obviously, you can look into more of what's activated right now, but do know that all of this is influenced. And if you want to get clear on how you personally get affected and you want help with that, you can book a reading, and we'll get clear on what's going on for you. I think this is really helpful also, going into your own, if you have a birthday. I, for example, have a birthday also coming up. So I'm going to go and look at what the theme will be. Okay, yes, I will personally go into a year, numerology wise, we'll go into a year 6 myself, but I also want to look at the transits and the general theme, what that year is going to bring, or what I can look out for. I think now I would suggest everybody to go and look the previous year, the year that we've had, because everything about now, this time being, and the upcoming next 3 weeks is all about looking back in retrospect, like what happened, does this still resonate, who do I want to, and everything that has been, what do I want to bring with me coming into when we start in the 31st gate. Because and then you might want to look at what was activated for me going into that last year, and can I see how that influenced me, and what did it teach me, would probably be the most beneficial way to look at it. Okay, I'm gonna finish now. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon again. Happy new 2023.